The process itself sucks. Super shredded. Yikes. I just don't understand how any of this is worth it.
You don't understand what it's like to be an athlete, Abby. You don't get it. Coach Greg, and today yet another installment of the Abbey Shark video series, where I dispel the myth that Abby tries to say that she understands what she's talking about. She knows nothing about what she's talking about, as in a zero knowledge.
I also just want to point out that while a lot of you begged for this video, some also warned me that he's probably going to attack me for this. But here I go anyway, because I apparently love you all a lot.
But here I go anyway, because I'm gonna get a lot of YouTube ad revenue from clout chasing Greg Doucette. Yeah, Coach Greg has got a lot of clout now. I'm gonna do a video. So even though he's gonna do a response video, putting me in my place and burying my information, I'm doing a video because I'd rather have negative attention than positive attention.
So I just don't understand how any of this is worth it.
Do you think Abby has ever starved herself to try to win a bodybuilding or bikini competition? Do you think she knows what it's like to have extreme levels of hunger and try to win a show, to enjoy that challenge of seeing how good you can be, to take your body to that level? She doesn't know what it's like to be me at all. She's comfortable maintaining her weight at whatever it is, and she's happy and good for her. I'm comfortable at my weight right now, and good for me. And every now and then I choose to enter a competition, a challenge, to see how far I can take it. And that's fun for me. And I'm not saying you should do it. In fact, I've made videos directly saying you probably shouldn't do it. Recent videos. And I bet Abby has watched my videos. She had to cherry pick the best ones to accept her fat acceptance movement. Okay? She's simply a biased dietitian who wants to spew lies so that you can watch her channel and make more money. I'm not bullshitting you. I want to make more money. I don't BS it. But I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear, which we're going to get into detail when I go over the lies she says in the video.
I just do not see the payoff when the process itself sucks, and the end result is not even necessarily a state of health.
Because you don't understand what it's like to be an athlete, Abby. You don't get it. You think people that do the Tour de France are enjoying every second of the torture they're riding when they have a broken clavicle and they're finishing the Tour de France? When they're racing up a mountain for 21 days with maybe 1 or 2 days off? Do you think it's enjoyable for them to crash and get off the bike and have a broken wheel and chase back on and catch up? Is that fun? Is it? It's the challenge. You set a goal and you try to achieve it. Those of you who've climbed Mount Everest, there's not many. It was a hard challenge. It's freezing up there. You're exerting yourself over and over every single day with lower amounts of oxygen. It's harder than last time. Every day gets harder. But then you climb the mountain and you achieved your goal, your dream, and you made it. That's why I do it. Not for the plastic trophy that y'all think it's for. It's the challenge. I don't care if there's money at the end. I do it to see if I can. I do it because I want to. And is the suffering immense? Abso-friggin-lutely. Do I want you to suffer like me? No. Do I suggest you take up bodybuilding and compete like me? No. Do I want people to maintain the same body fat percentage as me year round? No, I don't ever say these things. So stop making straw man arguments, making it look like I've said things when I haven't. I have not, and don't promote or encourage this. I don't think everyone should go out there and diet like a bodybuilder and be 5% body fat. Other YouTubers seem to do it too. They make it look like I'm all about being ripped. I'm not against eating. No, I'm about being healthy.
And the end result is not even necessarily a state of health or anything that could possibly be sustained for any meaningful amount of time.
I can sustain this for a long, meaningful time. I haven't done a show since November. It's July. That's over a month. If you're good at math, it's over 8 months. I better do that. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Look at that. I'm so good at math. Over 8 months it's been. Do I look fat? Do I look like I've maintained a decent build?
I just hope that his viewers understand that this is one person's aesthetic goals.
Of course my viewers understand this. You are not one of my viewers. That's why you don't understand what's happening. You should watch more actual videos.
And aesthetic goals are fine, but this specifically should not be taken as an example of good health.
When do I ever say that you should diet to under 5% body fat as an example of good health? I promote the opposite of this in my videos.
Also, as you know, I am not a sports dietitian specialist, so I did consult with a few of my sports RD colleagues for this video.
So I don't know anything about what Greg's talking about, so I asked some other people that might know. Because they're sports nutrition experts. Yeah, so they know everything about what a professional bodybuilder needs to do to get under 5% body fat for one day on one show. Yeah, those people are such experts, they clearly know more than Coach Greg. Abbey obviously knows way more than me because I'm not a registered dietitian. What would I know? And I didn't consult with a sports nutritionist. They went to university to study nutrition. What does Greg know? He only has a master's in kinesiology with 25 years of competitive bodybuilding experiences and coached thousands of people with eating disorders and helped them lose weight and be happy and healthy mentally, physically, emotionally. No, don't listen to Greg. He don't know nothing.
All right, so this is the finished product. This is what 6 French toast looks like with the syrup, the green shake.
And I used to record my videos with my camera on that little chicken noodle soup box that you see in the computer room. I used to put it right there and press record and do my videos. That's how old this review is. And I'm eating French freaking toast, and it tastes amazing. And let's see what she says about this bodybuilder diet that's not sustainable. And let me remind you, this is so that I could get under 5% body fat.
One study published in 2013 concluded that consuming protein and carbohydrates immediately within 45 minutes after an extreme bout of exercise can increase the rate of glycogen storage in the muscle. Meanwhile, a more recent study from 2017 refuted the narrow post-exercise window theory.
I said in my freaking video, I don't have to eat right after the gym because I ate only a few hours back.
But only if there was a pre-workout meal consumed within a few hours prior to the workout.
So why did she waste freaking 5 minutes in this video speaking nonsense, trying to look like I didn't know what I was talking about, when she finishes by saying, listen to exactly what Greg is talking about?
So when I've consulted with sports dietitians, they all say that, yes, new research suggests that the window might not be quite as narrow as we used to think.
Abbey, so you then consulted with your sports scientist, specialist, nutritionist, and then said, yeah, actually, Greg is right. That's literally what just happened here. Come on!
Anyways, let's take a look what Greg ate after his workout.
5 minutes later, let's see what Greg ate after his workout.
Okay, so same, but kind of different, I guess. Basically, we're seeing lots of veggies, fiber, protein, and not surprisingly, not a lot of fat.
Does it not just show how much I'm willing to suffer to get shredded? And if that's what I can eat to get shredded, imagine how much I could eat if I didn't want to get shredded, if I just wanted to maintain a normal healthy body fat of 15%, which is what I promote for men.
He usually has an optional snack of either some Smart Pop popcorn, a light yogurt ice cream bar, or a homemade protein bar, which he didn't today because he is pushing himself to get super shredded. Yikes.
But I know that if she wanted to maintain a shredded physique or to get to be shredded, she'd probably eat like Coach Greg. She wouldn't at first, but eventually she would. Once she would discover how good my diet actually is in the real freaking world, the real world, not imagination land where everyone's happy at 50% body fat. Not in imagination land when people who are morbidly obese are happy with how they look. Yeah, the fat acceptance movement, that's great. Be proud of what you look like. Be happy with it. All I want is for you. That's right, you right freaking there, you, whoever's watching this, you watching this right here. I want you to do better than last time. I don't want you to be perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect. Do better. Better. Eat a bit better. If you got drunk twice this week, next week get drunk only once. If you're abusing drugs, abuse less drugs. If you eat a shit ton of junk food, eat less junk food. If you did 4 days a week of walking, do 5 next time or add 5 minutes. That's all I'm saying. Do better than you did. Do better than last time. Work harder. I'm not trying to say hate yourself and be miserable because you're overweight. I'm encouraging you to be better.
But for the average person, opting to not have a snack if you are actually hungry will typically end in breaking diet and risking a massive binge.
Abbey, buy a coaching plan from me, watch it, read it, and then do an apology video saying how wrong you were about Coach Greg. But yeah, you're a pretty smart woman. Use my name to get views. That's smart. That's a good way to do it. A lot of people are going to watch you. And I don't mind, because in the end, 5,000 at least of Abbey's followers are going to watch some of Coach Greg's videos. And guess what? The first one they're going to hate. Not all of them, but most. Then they're going to watch another one, and another one, and another one. Within 2 weeks, they're addicted. They're like, wow, I misjudged this Greg Doucette guy. He actually has amazing information. He really cares about my health and my fitness. He's trying to help me. 2 weeks, guaranteed. If you watch 10 videos, you're going to be addicted and watch my videos. It's guaranteed. And I'm right 99.5% of the time. So yeah, there'll be a few it's not guaranteed on, but most, the vast majority of you that watch enough of my videos, you are going to like them. You will like them more than you like Abbey's videos, unless you're a freaking couch potato and you want to be told what you want to hear, not what you need to hear.
Let's take a look at one more day. I mean, I usually do 3, I know, but most of his days looked so similar and all of them were recorded on prep. So I didn't feel like we needed to watch 3.
I'm so biased that normally when I review a YouTuber, I look at 3 videos. But for Coach Greg, I'm only going to do 2 because every other diet would support him being a great fitness influencer. So I can't do that. So rather than review the diet plan, rather than review the meals he's currently eating that he shows on YouTube that are there right now that everyone can see, I'm going to go and pick a video of him dieting for a professional bodybuilding contest when he's trying to get under 5% body fat from November when the video isn't even up, it's taken down. It doesn't even exist anymore. Let's review that video. Abbey, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? 2,500 calorie, full day of eating, what I'm eating to get sub 5% body fat, cutting. Does that sound like a normal diet to you? Or does that sound like she cherry-picked a diet that I was doing briefly to look a certain way to try to win a freaking competition?
So please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's now saying that the video is unavailable to me. I know that's not ideal, but of course for these clips, I've had to supplement the video with my own notes on what he ate and what he said. Please, I do hope that you understand.
Why didn't you just type Greg Doucette diet and review a different one? Why didn't you review the one that I just did? The one with blueberry French toast for breakfast and mangoes.
I'm not totally sure if the protein ice cream is the same as what we saw on day 1 or what goes into it. So I don't know if it offers any fat or extra protein or other nutrients. However, I am assuming that it's water-based to make it low fat.
So I don't know, and I don't know, but I'm assuming, and here's a video I spent 6 months researching on this guy to present you information on a video that he posted months ago when there's current videos that I could have reviewed, but they're not the videos I wanted because I wanted to cherry pick this old video that's been taken down so that I can say I don't like Coach Greg.
Another thing I do want to flag though is that he refers to this shake as anabolic, which is a term that I hear a lot throughout his videos. Greg also promotes his cookbook, The Anabolic Kitchen, but I'm still unclear if he actually follows a strict traditional anabolic diet.
Okay, she doesn't know what the word anabolic means. It's to build freaking muscle, Abbey. Do some research. You watch so many of my videos. You know that I use the word anabolic all the time, but you couldn't research what does that mean. It's kind of like when my friend wrote me this morning and was like, Greg, man, I watched a video of that nutritionist and she's a Karen. So what did I say? I'm so mad at her. She's a Karen, question mark? I said, does that mean she's not caring? And then he wrote, she's a Karen. She's like, ask Allie. So I asked her. Allie's like, oh, it's a meme for people that complain about useless stuff. So maybe that sums up what this woman's doing for me. She's a Steve, you better delete, edit. Steve, delete, edit out, bloop. What the hell's the word? Steve, bloop out the word because it's probably offensive to people that are named and we don't want that backlash. So you got to bloop out. It was a meme. I didn't even know the term existed, okay? So don't hate me. I'm just saying what people said. I'm like reading out what pretend it's oh, I don't want to offend people because I said and I don't mean I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not a doctor. Did I tell you about that? Just forget it. Forget I said anything.
A typical anabolic diet is a carb cycling diet, meaning it alternates low and high carb days.
What? I just friggin' eat. And if you're in a deficit, you lose weight. And if you're in a surplus, you gain weight. I eat a decent amount of protein. You don't need more than 1 gram per pound of body weight. You can if you want, but you don't need to eat that much. I do. And I eat to be happy and I enjoy what I'm eating. That's what I preach and promote.
However, I'm not sure if Greg does the whole carb cycling thing or if he just eats anabolic foods.
I don't really get it. Maybe she paid people to research my videos. She didn't actually watch any of my videos and just selected those that a paid researcher did and say, hey, do a video on this guy. And she has a total misrepresentation of who I am because she hasn't actually watched him herself. That would make sense. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. It might be her paid researchers who put together a video and said, do a video on Coach Greg. You'll get a lot of views. I'm going to assume that's the case.
However, I'm not sure if Greg does the whole carb cycling thing or if he just eats anabolic foods, which it looks to me like his interpretation of that is low fat, high protein, and higher carb.
Do I preach not to eat any healthy fats at all, people? I eat salmon, smoked salmon. I don't even love salmon, although I'm starting to like the smoked salmon a little bit. Never liked it before. But if you try and eat something over a while, you start to like it. And yeah, sometimes I don't eat something that I like the most. I eat salmon because it's healthy. I like chicken and I like steak more than salmon, but I eat salmon for the health of it. I also like pizza more than salmon. And guess what? I eat salmon instead of pizza. Why? I eat salmon instead of cookies and chips, donuts, hamburgers, lots of food. I eat salmon instead of it for health reasons. Because my body is a temple and I want to treat it as such. I want it to be better than last time, more fit than last time, or fitter than last time. Is there something wrong with that?
I would way rather see more antioxidant-rich fruits for sweetness and less artificially sweetened syrups.
And I'd rather see people eat less freaking pizza and more salmon. But you gotta do what you can do, okay, Abby?
He then adds in a ton of veggies and spinach, and again tops it off with some more of that low-calorie or low-fat sauce.
She literally deleted out the word shit. She didn't dare say it.
And it's nice to see that even a bodybuilder is being more mindful of the amount of meat he's eating.
Oh, I'm triggered. I'm taking offense. Even a bodybuilder. Oh, she should have warned me before she called me a bodybuilder. That has negative connotations. I don't associate myself with being a bodybuilder. I'm a friggin' circle. I don't want to be called a bodybuilder. She triggered me. I don't like this. Is that what a is? Am I a now?
I am personally unsure how these fitness competitors stick to the same handful of foods every single day for life. But anyway, let's see what's next.
Oh, I'm just wondering how these bodybuilders eat the same 5 or 10 foods every day. But anyway, what the hell was that? When do I eat just the same 5 foods? I eat 20 different vegetables for starters. I think I ate 5 foods today already and I only ate once.
Greg mentions having a very sore hip, but pushing through because there are no excuses. That is such bad advice, and no personal trainer I have ever worked with would ever tell their clients to work out despite a big injury.
I don't tell people if you're hurt and injured, you go to the gym anyway and work out. That is not what I do. I do the opposite of that. My clients write me all the time. They injure their back. I'll say, hey, if you can't train, you can't train. Go to the doctor. Get yourself checked out. I can't comment. The video's too long anyway. I don't promote people to go and exercise an injured body part. But when I broke my freaking tricep in a bike crash, guess what? I went to the gym and I trained the left arm. I trained my legs. I didn't train this arm, it was injured. But I kept training. I didn't just give up and sulk and make excuses not to work out. Oh, I broke my arm. I literally did. I had surgery and reattached my tricep from a bike crash in the winter. I freaking found an excuse to go. Well, I could still train my left arm. I could still do cardio. I could still ride a bike stationary. Does that make more sense? Or does it make more sense to say, well, it's an uncertain time. I should just probably eat a lot of chips and sit on my ass. So that's the advice I give, but she makes it look like I just tell people to train when they're injured.
So this idea around weight loss and making it seem easily attainable for everyone is not only not supported by research, but it is so insensitive and uninformed.
It is not easy. When did I say weight loss is easy? You have to eat less calories than you burn. Your body wants you to eat. It's not easy. Why do you think I eat all those friggin' spinach salads with friggin' syrup? Does that sound like it's easy? It's friggin' insanely difficult. It's so hard. It's harder than last time.
Environment, microbiome, hormones, disease, medication, and even restriction. Weight is the result of much more than just calories in and calories out.
Nope, weight is exactly from calories in and calories out. And all those factors simply influence calories in or calories out. If you have a poor metabolism, then that means you burn less calories. That means you need to eat less. If you have a fast metabolism, lucky you, that means you get to eat more. If you're super skinny, you can't gain weight, that just means you need to eat more. If you want to be obese, if you want to be a sumo wrestler and you're skinny, you have to eat more calories. Calories in, calories out. You can't debate that. The number one thing you need to do when you decide if somebody knows what they're talking about, if you want to listen to their advice, is do they understand it's calories in, calories out? If they don't, you have to stop listening to them immediately. It means they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, it's hormones. Then you start thinking, no, I can't lose weight. I just need to eat more and get my hormones up, and then I'll just magically burn fat. No, calories in, calories out every single freaking time.
My sports dietitian colleagues suggested that most competitors are looking at a 20 to 40% caloric deficit from their baseline, and it's safest to not lose more than 0.5 to 1% of body weight per week. In any kind of normal situation, 2 pounds a week would not be safe or sustainable as a rate of weight loss.
1% of 200 pounds, which I was dieting from, is 2 pounds a week. 1,000 calorie deficit a day, 7,000 calories a week, 2 pounds a week. They said you shouldn't diet more than 20 to 40% of a deficit from your baseline. 20 to 40% of my baseline of 3,500 is 700 to 1,400 calories is where I should be dieting. Somewhere in that range. I was on a 1,000 calorie deficit. That seems to be right in the range, but oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IP Pro. Blooping up videos over here. Be sure to check that out. Don't miss any of this series. It's absolutely incredible what this girl does. And until next time, I am out. So Abby, as you're watching this, ask yourself, did you really paint a good picture of Coach Greg, or did you spew a bunch of BS?